somebody is able to pull themselves together, but both these fellas have been like two guys drowning in the sea, fighting for the life raft, and neither of them able to get in it. And another re-rack from Lee Anderson.
Yeah, that's his fourth of the match. Well, there you go. Hopefully got the pins on spot now.
It's a good job Bernie White isn't a boxing referee. He might step in and stop this one to save both these fellas from unnecessary punishment, because they are both suffering.
Ball change for Lee Anderson.
Still can't find a strike.
No, but he's got a 9. It's going to be a makeable spare. It's just a single 2-pin on its own. But it was a conscious move. He had nothing really to lose by changing ball, and he's made the a brave decision to change. He had nothing to lose. Yeah, he's just checking the score there.
Takes the hard plastic spare ball. We're virtually at the point of the match now, as we go for the arrow that will tell him where he wants to go. He's got to get it, and does. We're virtually at the point now that the next strike could be the decisive act of this match.
Well, I normally say it's the next man to get a double, don't I? But you might be right, Nick. The next man to strike certainly could win this one.
The next man with a clean pocket hit.
4 frames to go for each player. Both confused. Both probably wanting out of here, but one of them's going to go out as the winner.
And at the moment, Guy Kaminski's turkey earlier in this second leg is what is proving the difference between the two players. 3 in a row from Kaminski has given him a little bit of daylight, but it's not much. 27 pins, and he wants a strike. Hello, is he going to get it? Yes, that could be the moment.
Oh, it's that headpin messenger, yes again. The old 10-pin stands up, and that headpin does so much damage when it comes flying back across the lane. So much power in this ball. It's bounced that headpin right across, off the kickback. There it goes. Wow, great body reaction from the guy from South Africa.
Now, the heat is on, and Kaminski is the one that's turning up the gas with that strike. It's not must strike for Thomas Lee Anderson, but it's getting mighty close to that. We're in frame 7 of game 2. Kaminski has a 27-pin advantage. If Lee Anderson fails to strike here, that goes up to 30-something. And his time might be running out. He needs this badly. Oh, and he's lucky. He is so lucky. That keeps him alive. If that had been a split, that would have been game, set and match.
That was so close to being the 4-9 split. Well, in fact, it was the 4-9 split. The 9-pin's taken a tap.
And these fans, Cass, I mean, people are looking at each other and talking in the auditorium. They just don't know what to make of this.
I'm not sure whether it's Thomas bowling badly, which is highly unlikely. I think it's more the lane is causing him all sorts of problems. And we'll talk to him after the match, I'm sure. And he'll give us the lowdown on his opinion of the lane and where this lane conditions move to. It seems to be breaking down his target shot totally.
Well, it's obviously, as you say, it's obviously not Thomas Lee Anderson bowling anything like what we've seen before. I mean, that maximum is... Well, he'd be disgusted if you offered him that at the start of the tournament. He'd be insulted. Bottom line now is Guy Kaminski with that advantage. If he can double here in frame 8, Lee Anderson will basically be in a situation where it's out of his control. So a real chance here for Kaminski to just take this one by the scruff of the neck. And that was a shot of some confidence.
That was the biggest ball that Guy has bowled in this match. It's a double in frames 7 and 8, and it could be the match winner.
Yeah, he really put everything into this one, and his reaction, you saw, he knew that could be the moment. It was a good pocket hit, and it reinforces his lead, and now it does mean that Thomas Lee Anderson is in a must-strike situation. It's frame 8 of game 2. Lee Anderson's got to get them all. He's hanging around.
Yeah, slightly high, but it counts as 10. He's tripped the 4-9, taken all 10 pins. So it's something for him to work on in foundation frame.
But it's out of his control. He needs Guy Kaminski to blow up here in these last two frames. There is nothing Thomas can do. He can strike off the sheet and get 384. Kaminski is the man with destiny in his hands, and I would suggest that another turkey here, and this one is all over.
38 pins is the lead, with 2 frames to go, and Guy's working on a double. This is going to be a major scalp for Guy Kaminski if he can win this match, and he knows it, so he's under a slight bit of pressure.
Can he hold it together?
Oh, there's that pressure we were talking about. 2 decent balls and he would have won this game, and he hasn't got it.
He flirted with this earlier. He had a very, very light head pin hit and ended up with 9. Now he's been hit with the split that's frankly unmakeable. And it's turned things around significantly.
I can't quite see. It's a 2-4-6, I think it is. 2-4-10. Just the one. It's a low count and an open frame.
Hey, and you know what? If I've done my sums correctly, Kaminski's lead now is down to 1 pin. That's assuming Lee Anderson strikes here. 1 pin is the advantage. That's how quickly things change around in this game. You have an open frame, especially in frame 9, the foundation frame. Everything can change, and the lifeline has been thrown back to Thomas Lee Anderson. Get a strike here, and then watch Kaminski crumble. That's what he'll be thinking.
But it is also a must-strike situation for Thomas. That 1 pin is only on the outcome of these next couple of shots, and this one has to be a strike, and he's working on a strike, so he'll be looking for a double, and it will only be his 3rd double of the whole match. This has to be a big ball.
It's 9.
Not what he wanted. He's going to make the spare. It's a single pin spare, and he's almost a sort of nervous little laugh and shake of the head there. He really cannot sort this lane out, and it'll be interesting to find out from Thomas himself exactly what's going wrong, why he just hasn't made it this game. Makes the spare.
It's just not what he needed at all. It's given Guy Kaminski 21 pins of breathing room going into frame 10. Kaminski can strike spare, and Thomas can pack his bags and leave.
Yeah, this is pretty much all over. Guy's just got to keep the ball in the lane. Thomas can strike out for 200. A spare and 2 pins, and Guy's 201, so he's going to win.
Can you believe this has happened twice to these fellas? Thomas is going to be lucky to break 200. Kaminski, he's got the lot, and he knows he's got the match.
The match winner. The body reaction, the body language tells us. And as I said, this is a big scalp for Guy Kaminski, taking down the European captain, former world record holder, gold medalist Thomas Lee Anderson. I'm afraid he's gone out in the first round.
Well, he can relax now. He's got 2 more balls, and he can bowl left-handed if he feels like it. Guy Kaminski is through to the quarterfinals. Jens Nicol awaits there, and it really was for Guy Kaminski a question of just surviving, and you'll have to look back and say that turkey early here in game 2 has proved to be the difference.
9 is good. He's not worried about that. The match is over. He's just checking with the score sheet. Yes, he does know it. In the back of his mind, he knows. Reaction from friends in the crowd, other bowlers. Great sigh of relief.
I'm sure some of the bowlers in our audience have looked at this and been as mystified as anybody else, and there might be a few anxious faces amongst those bowlers as we take a look at them, because they know they've got a bowl on this lane which has come back and hurt these 2 fellas.
Guy Kaminski's score of 375, enough to take him through to a quarter-final match with defending champion Jens Nicol. Still to play, World Cup holder Linda Barnes. In the bottom half of the draw, 3-time winner Tori Torgerson is set to play Malaysia's Alex Liu, and PBA pro bowler Chris Barnes makes his debut against Britt Bronsted. But for the moment, it's Guy Kaminski who's celebrating his place in the quarter-finals.